to see if you can choose the finest greens.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew 'em, spice 'em, stir and churn. You.
Here lies Jake. Please do not disturb.
I smell rotten lamb chops.
Rest in peace, darling.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
That shovel has proven worth its weight, it seems.
Where are you, Jake?
Enough to finish this mission with a long vacation in the tropics, gazing side by side at a burgundy horizon if we're lucky.
What trickery is this? That's not Jake.
It's a rotting sheep's corpse. It seems someone snatched Jake's body.
Rotten lamb chops.
Rest in peace, darling.
That rooster thinks he's such hot stuff, posing for Jerome like that. Someone ought to tell him his waddle waggles when he crows, same as the...
Lonesome, spiritless, perhaps wrestling an
Source hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're finally getting a hand. Things is chaos. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like me dear plump Ogget, the finest in me herd. Oh, Ogget, you're rotten to the bone. Oh, me poor, sweet, plump girl. You've been wasted entirely. All that roast, all the mutton. Not even the sausage grinder will want her now. Give her here, will you? Me little mouldering darling. I recently sold most of the tender loves to a trader heading north. Plenty of business that way these days. Those miners must be preparing for a mighty great feast. Wish I could have a nibble on my dear darlings, all ground and spiced.
This is intolerable. The momentum of time is slipping through our hands, and you fritter it away on conversations about decomposing
No better
mutton.
solution to the zombie
Focus,
problem than a
Source
set of
Hunter.
silver
Focus. By Parbatha's silver talons must we linger so. An idle brain is a demon's workshop, Hunter. I can tell you if you wish, but you'd have to listen to the tale of my life, because my future, such as it is rooted deeply into my history. By all means, if you're in the mood for such a dark tale.
Silver arrows.
Once upon a time, I was a king in a land of beauty to the east. A land of tigers and slender towers, of deserts and forests, of sun and all the world's wealth. I was a young king, handsome and all-powerful. Every nobleman would have killed his own brother if I promised to take his daughter's hand in marriage. But I refused their incessant implorations. I knew my life as a sovereign would be self-indulgent, but also a self-delusory one, if I weren't to marry for love. And so a handful of years went by. The king's throne I myself occupied, whereas the queen's throne remained empty but for the court's cats that would nap the afternoons away upon its velvet cushions. But then one day, a young woman visited my kingdom. She was a poetess and a storyteller. People flocked to her, listened to her every word as if receiving mantras from the divines. I invited her to my palace, and soon our days, our nights, our love and our lives intertwined. Hiraka. How I miss her still. Miss the brilliance of her mind that was both as sparkling and as unbreakable as the diamonds that adorned her body. Oh, and how I miss 1,000 artists I could have commanded, show me beauty. But she would have effortlessly surpassed their every endeavor, and curving her lips into a smile, make them break their sculptures in tearful impotence. And yet, true happiness, that commodity more precious and even more fleeting than the dominion of kings, sang to us like the nightingale, only to depart come the dawn of our first year's unity. A malady overtook me, and I began to wither. It was an unparalleled horror. Scores of physicians flocked to my bedside. They traveled from realms across the seas, hoping to cure the mighty Jehan, undo the gloom that had befallen the land, and mere vultures that they were, to be paid handsomely for their efforts. But none of their potions took effect. Their salves seared, but did not soothe my fading flesh. Like a ghoul I looked, unburied yet risen from the grave. In futile anger I struck my mirror, but broke my brittle fingers only, not its ever-mocking surface. That, Hunter, is a tale for later. I realize I haven't answered your initial question yet. Why it is that I chase time like a lioness its prey. But we'll get to that part later, should time permit. And so let the hunt continue.
If you could choose the finest green!
Who would have thought it? Jehan, an all-powerful king, stricken by a horrid plague, the memory of which plagues him still.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens!
Not in the mood for cheese. Their excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine almond there.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each.
Pay the big cheese on your book with a wheel of the good stuff.
The higher your station, the deeper you may fall. He may live, but clearly Jehan is a king no longer.
To the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
All right.
Come one! Come all! Can't you? Can you spare a coin? Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
Salutations, Source Hunter. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. Under the Pact of Volunteers, 3 expeditions were launched to do just that. 3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, the burial mounds, and the old church. Places fraught with danger all.
Greetings. These stores offer...
Don't let that rooster escape. He's already on the menu for tonight.
Yes, let's pardon him. Just look at the little blighter. He doesn't deserve the knife.
Why did you let my chicken escape?
Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after. Hey! Stop that! Good luck out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Cyseal's ramparts.
Hurry and scurry.
Face the unending darkness.
That ought to hurt.
Seven, aid me!
Face the unending darkness.
Careful, I've spotted a trap.
save me, okay, Source Hunter? No?
Appears to be locked.
What insult is this? A heartbeat do I detect? Revolting. Life here, in the court, where once sat Brachus Rex. His long dormant pulse alone may alight this crumbled hall anew. How contemptuous you are to venture among the risen, to behold my lady's bare bones with brazen contumely. The blessed resurrector, he promised me no mortal would dare defy us, and yet you are here, despite the damned and the dead. The mighty Diedrich am I, ear-time Knight Commander in the army of the King. Now a sovereign I am too, the Baron of Bones and feudal lord of the undead. It is to me they owe their allegiance, for I have restored them all to life that is not life. Your presence here has startled me, but in the end it matters not. The city of the living will fall, the walls will crumble, the houses shall be tombs, and I, the great and powerful Diedrich, loyal vassal of Brachus Rex still, will rule the dominion of the dead. His name I do not know, only his intent to raise the long-defeated Brachus. He rose me from the dead, my blessed resurrector, so that the powers that rest in me, the power of a guardian of the king, would the land. All have they risen, the guardians of Brachus. I, his knight commander, and his horrors too. The ghoul that guards the lighthouse, and the twins by fire joined. We welcomed him, the animator of our bones, for his intent is glorious. We welcomed him because we owe him. You I don't owe anything but to stop your accursed heartbeat. Indeed you shall not, defiler of bare-boned empresses. My hallowed revitalizer shall raise Brachus Rex and thereby restore sorcery to the land. My own legions grow with the cessation of every heartbeat and the stirring of bloodless flesh and bone. Accept my command, the command of the Baron of Bones, and you shall be a general in my army. Resist, as I know you will, and your skulls will look on through eyeless sockets as the rest of your skeletal remains will be employed to amuse my undead dogs. Arise, my vassals. The Baron of Bones demands your fealty.
Did someone leave another door open?
Unleash the Inferno! Bitter poison! These flames bite deep!
The Baron will have your heads, oh tweedle tweedle dum, and on a spike you'll put them, oh tweedle tweedle dee.
I strike with the full force of my convictions!
What's this? If you can!
Your grave opens to welcome you!
I channel lightning.
No glory in this
My
day.
Baron found love.
The tortures of hell await those that harmed you.
I feel better already! Pathetic!
Face the unending darkness.
I think I'll go for the eyes this time.
the end. For you!
Your enemies are my prey, Source Hunter.
The Baron will have your heads, oh Tweedle Tweedledum, and on a spike you'll put them, oh Tweedle Tweedledee.
As good as a new penny.
Your wounds are my rewards.
No glory in this
whoa,
death.
Whoa, whoa! In hell I'll meet you, foe, foe, foe!
Is its own deliverance!
Sweet relief. I need a remedy!
On the men!
Look out. I see a trap nearby. Bless the seven I am restored.
Baking like a cake.
I'm overheating here.
I'll figure out who murdered Jake before the day's through. Just you wait. Detective Kip is on the case.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not the troops! That was sloppier than Sicilians.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. But certainly, What would you like to know? Oh, I am but a wizard, a guardian of man and beast, and indeed I am both. My body, like any other, is bound to temporal decay. But my spirit is a speck of light that shone forth from the eternal sun that is the cosmic soul. My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature, the very antithesis of which is the intrigue spun by demons and directors of the dead. Hence my involvement in Sicil. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment, for she knows that her chicks or children, her cubs or calves, will grow up without knowing the meaning of menace, the enfeeblement of fear. To my great regret, none of them purr as yet. Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise, but I'll just have to be careful around witches, won't I? I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's familiar. By all means. Of course, I hope your investigation fares well. His body is gone, replaced with that of a sheep. This is all very disconcerting, to say the least. Grave robbery reeks of necromancy. Could Jake have been involved with those that raise the dead? It seems too improbable to be true, but nevertheless. You're onto something, Hunter. Do follow the scent and see where it leads you. I myself have none, even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters.
darling.
Wow, that dead sheep smells pretty great. I mean, wow. But it's nothing compared to Jake. Seems like some mutt is marking my territory. Someone stole Jake? Jake stole my ball once, but then he threw it far, and I went and I got it. And Jake was awesome. Listen, if you go around town and find someone who you think might have done it, bring me a really stinky something of theirs. And I'll see if I can smell Jake on it. An awesome smell. I couldn't mistake it. Esmeralda? Ugh, terrible smell. Like flowers and soap. Not awesome. Ugh, hated her. Aureus is kind of awesome. Evelyn, too. They both have a sweaty, dead thingy smell. Cecil, he's all right, I guess. Mostly he smells like old books, which is neither awesome nor non-awesome. Bring me anything of theirs, and I'll be able to tell you if I can sniff out Jake's smell on them.
Rest in peace, darling.
Jake has the best smell. I'd know it anywhere. Did you find something for me to stick my nose into? Join you? No way. I mean, you smell pretty great. Even better than the dumpster behind the butcher's house. But the town is full of scary stuff like body snatchers and bathtubs. Without my best friend, the most awesome Jake ever, here to protect me, I'd rather stay far away. Just bring those smelly items to me here. I smell rotten lamb chop.
Nemrys is the greatest philosopher in the land, you know. I'd give me left whiskers to be half as smart as him.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pocket.
Looks like the mortician is rather suspicious about Jake.
What could Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, or Evelyn have to do with it?
Seven have mercy on your soul.
The time of your death is at hand.
the skin!
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pocket.
What's the point anymore? It's all over. Stefan! I will never...
Wow.
Oh, that Gallagher is quite the performer. One of my own ilk. Sometimes all the flies need is a little honey, eh? And things are certainly buzzing around. Performers, showmen, show all of them.
All right.
What you're made of.
Welcome back to Sasil, Hunter. The Legion greets
sir.
you.
How can I help you, my friend? By all means. Of course. I hope your investigation fares well. His body is gone? It seems too improbable to be true, but nevertheless. You're onto something, Hunter.
Oh, what now? Whom would you have the Legion arrest?
Absolutely. Without his complicity, the body snatcher would have been caught immediately.
Shame to arrest a man who buried so many legionnaires with military honors, but so be it. I'll send out a chap to apprehend him forthwith. Oh, what now? Oh, still not finished with that. It was stolen? Gods, what a fool that Roberts is. Taking a bribe in beleaguered old Sicil. Ah, what was he going to do with that gold? Buy the largest kipper in the land? He has a lot to answer for. But not as much as the one that did the bribing in the first place. Guess your mission is pretty clear, isn't it? Off you go to find this munificent body snatcher.
Evelyn? Master Theliron's apprentice? Nice lass, her. Brewed me a potion once that cured me of a rash more bothersome than a badger down your breeches. No, she doesn't seem like the type to play hide-and-seek with stiffs to me. You suspect the mayor? Dear me, you couldn't be further from the mark if you lay the blame on a paraplegic cow. The man raised a foundling orc out of the goodness of his heart, you dolt. A murder indeed. You dare stand here and accuse me of involvement in this sordid affair? You dare accuse a captain of the Legion? Get out! Out! Before I have my men erect a gallows and string up a sauce pinata! That's enough of that now!
Quiet! No talking to these scoundrels, criminal scum!
Excuse me, Grabby Gus. This is a Legion treasure room, and absolutely no non-Legionnaires are allowed in.
Do you hear that clinking? I think someone's got keys in their pocket.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir. The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. As far as I knew, it was one of his pastimes, nothing more. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is all too much. I feel like I'm drifting from nightmare into nightmare. So, what piece of irrefutable evidence are you about to present me with this time?
us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
No better salute.
Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very...
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of 2, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold.
Come, make your case.
Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimetres of tibia, as my memory serves. But, no matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the Order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Yeah? Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I expect she'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all. Certainly, what would you like to know? The counsellor. Terrible loss, that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret, you know. I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years and still haven't come a step closer to solving it. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men.
Cares to plead for his very existence? Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the Seven do you think you are, barging in here? Out, I say, right this instant. I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I to meddle with life and death this way? I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! But this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and 2 direly wounded men who need it. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than I. Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name, in the northern town of Silver Glen. He is of a certain faith, the Immaculates they call themselves, that espouses the belief that certain stones can heal wounded flesh. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. A small cut on my finger instantly healed, leaving no trace of the wound. Needless to say, I was astounded. But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. It takes time to regain its magical properties, and I guard it cautiously. What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away. Quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement, no less. Nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with grinning Stephen, and, as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family. You are? I thank you a million times for your help. Who have you decided should receive the healing stone?
There's no way Boris should receive that stone over Stephen. Think of Stephen's wife, his children, his grandchildren.
Those men hardly sound long for this world.
If you'd like to kill Stephen, perhaps I'll let his family have it you when you deliver the news. I'll even loan his wife my favorite studded club.
That tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
No, we'll do as I say.
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man, but my heart breaks for the other.
Can't say I didn't want to live. Wanted it with every fibre of my heart. Not just for my own sake, but for my fam. Enjoy what remains of your life.
I'm feeling stronger already. 1,000 thanks to you, my hero. I promise I won't waste the life you've given me. What will I do? What won't I do? Seeing how short life can be, how easily it can be taken from you. I'll see it all, do it all. And after I've climbed every mountain in Rivellon and smooched every girl who'll have me, I'll devote myself to learning the magic that saved me. Everyone deserves to feel the thrill of a renewed life. I'll see you around then. I'm liable to spring out of this bed at any minute. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful.
Ho-hum.
Oh, I know it's here somewhere. I hardly want to ruin this particular batch.
Leave me. I've not long for the world now. Enjoy what remains of your life, will you? Never know when it'll be snatched.
Feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell, friend. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful.
To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter? The world belongs to the young, they say, and Boris will live to take his piece. Thank you for your help in this matter.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm...
Not in the mood for cheese. Their excuse is more home than the price of... as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Mind. Can't have gotten far.
Sigurd's beard, what a find!
Soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far. know it's here somewhere. I wouldn't want to ruin this particular batch of
Thank you. Thank you eternally for your help. Though your reaction to the healing stone, I have no idea what to make of it. That strange reaction you caused. Blue lightning from a healing stone. I've never seen anything like it. And the stone looks different now, too. Like it's devoid of life. I begin to wonder if its magical properties survived your little reaction. Is that so? Well, I handled the corpse myself, indeed, but I hardly knew the man in life. I was shocked when Ahu asked me to come to the crime scene, but Theliron had taken ill, and the responsibility fell to me. I arrived at the inn, where the body lay just where it had fallen. The injuries were like nothing I'd ever seen. A single intricate laceration wove like lace around every inch of his skin. Neither a beginning nor an ending point were discernible. I examined the corpse and recorded what information I could. I personally delivered the corpse the short distance to the mortician's house. As far as I know, everything was, as far as a magical murder is concerned, quite normal.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice 'em, stir and turn.
Liberté, equality, and brotherhood for all will turn the wicked cleaver of decapitation upon you. Revolution is coming.
Those bony brutes will never make it inside these walls. Excellent.
Some vigilantes
Oh, what's
stuck their
that
nose into
gleam?
Legion affairs, it seems. God's rest your soul, citizen.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pocket. I'll thank you for these new deeds, well, that...
Red and orange, yellow and
I bet Tim
green,
Fred's
the
been strung up
finest
by his ears by
veggies
now,
I
the
feel
devilish
ever
thing.
seen.
Can you spare her?
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you. the sea if you could choose the finest greens!
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. So, what piece of well, what do you want to know?
Lonesome? Spiritless?
I wonder how my dear
Perhaps
sweet
wrestling
Doreen
an
is
earth
doing.
Elemental will inject some vim into your routine. I'm strike. I'm through.
The earth here seems to have been freshly fertilized and aerated. Obviously, someone has...
And a disgrace to whomever is...
You step away from the grave.
Moo! Don't disturb Master Theliron now. He's been so busy with his research, the poor dear hasn't had a proper night's sleep in months.
I give milk. I give wool. And what do I get in return? One way or another, they always try to fleece me. Especially that Evelyn. She... What on earth would an undertaker want with the likes of Huggett? Bah! If you think black sheep are weird, try weir sheep.
Heard any good tales, my friend?
There's a man in town who sells paintings and treasure maps.
Quiet day on the market, it seems. Oh, hello, love. Nice day for a little stroll around the market, isn't it?
What
Quiet
are
day on
ye
the
staring at? Captain Jack's the name, though the title may be a little generous at the moment. My crew ran off, and I can't find enough hearty souls to help me reload the ship and sail off. Those scallywags heard there be silver in the Lacula mines, and they abandoned ship like the lily-liver turkeys they are. Haven't seen them since the day we docked.
What'll you have? I'll get white cheese, blue cheese, old cheese, new cheese.
Delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap of gold each.
Undead at every exit! Orcs upon the harbour!
Let's see. Halibut.
How lovely to see you again, haver of the beautifully shaped shoulders.
Not in the mood for cheese.
To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter? Well, she certainly possesses... I expect she'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time comes.
Hello again. Terribly sorry, Source Hunter, but I seem to be fresh out of priceless relics for you to destroy. I've been studying under Theliron for some time now, but that task, being asked to play the gods, was the first time I've ever questioned my, well, suitability for the work. I've a passion for this work, you see. A passion to see things put in order, from a flesh wound healed to an entire city made resistant to a fatal illness. What right has something as trivial as a wound or as senseless as an epidemic to take a human life?
Oh, I know it's here somewhere. I wouldn't want to ruin this particular batch of party elixir with too much wormwood.
Green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
I'm straight. I'm true. Arrows by the dozens.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Fresh haddock. Perfect for a fry-up.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
On the move for cheese. Their excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Corbin bed.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap of gold each.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Good luck out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Sicil's ramparts.
Did you hear that?
It's just the wind, Blossius. Cool your boots.
Since when does the wind sound the same as a stray dog hungry for bones? My bones.
Feeling hot under the collar?
Give yourself to us. Fire, flesh and blood, high one of us. We will burn you.
One man's trash is another man's trash.
And furious!
No glory in this death.
This will make your blood run cold.
The flames will cleanse your sin. Blitzbolt!
Die, vermin!
I'm overheating here.
Baking like a cake.
We've come too far to lose to such foes.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
The flames will cleanse your sin. The burning legion embraces you.
What a deluge!
The burning legion embraces you!
It's heating up. I feel like I've been set in stone. Baking like a cake.
It's heating up.
Abandon your flesh! The flames will make you pure!
Chaos grips my hands today.
No glory in this death.
Who hides in the sea will burn you!
Seven, strangle this frightful foe!
The flames will make you pure! The flames will cleanse your sin!
Toasty! No evading the seeds of death!
Sweet relief.
The burning legion embraces you!
You were right there!
These boots were made for drifting. Cutting it fine. hot under the collar.
It's heating up.
Baking like a cake.
Potent heat!
I can thwart your every move!
Baking like a cake.
I can smell your fear.
As the Lion of Summer.
Death is its own deliverance! As good as a new penny.
It's heating up.
Seven stabbed to the very heart of my enemy.
Face the unending darkness.
I feel better already.
I feel better already! Back on my feet again.